My name's Isabella, and I grew up here in Mayfield, Ohio. Went to Mayfield High School for 4 years, ran track, played football, then had the opportunity to go play football at the University of Massachusetts, and then had a pretty successful career at University of Massachusetts, and now I'm looking forward to hopefully getting drafted here in the end of April. You out of here? Are you staying for the interview?
I'll stay.
When he first started playing youth football, I remember he played for the Willoughby Cowboys, and he wasn't playing. He was small, and coaches were worried about him, and I was friends with one of the coaches, and Andy we'd go to the games, him and his brother Nick, and we'd have a lot of fun. Nick was out there. Nick was a little bulkier and played, and Andy really didn't play much, and Andy kept asking me, could you ask the coach, let me touch the ball once? And one game I did ask. Anthony Fistick was his name, was the coach, and he said, yeah, we'll give it to him once. And Andy got the ball, and he swept around the outside and ran about 60, 70 yards for a touchdown. And the biggest memory of that is that he decided to do a dive into the end zone in a flip, and he got a penalty for the first time ever. So it was I'll never forget that moment, and the excitement, but yet the silliness that was brought into that.
I come from a really big family. I'm the oldest of 7, and we always grew up. We were always a very tight-knit family, and we all love each other, and I think just having each other around, it just lifts everyone up and makes everyone, basically just pushes each other to do big things. And being the oldest, I definitely feel like I have to set the bar for everyone and show them the right way, and show them how things should be done, and how you should carry yourself, and how you should work if you want to achieve things that you want to achieve.
Andy went to high school together, and I just started realizing, like, as my freshman or sophomore year, he used to take me home from practice every day. So that's how we got really close. And then he just kind of invited me into his family, sort of, because I was kind of lacking that at home.
Coach Barker was probably the first real coach I had when I got to high school, and he was a great role model to me. We used to butt heads all the time, but I think he was the first coach that really pushed me to be better.
You hear coaches say all the time, if you got the blocks, you got a chance with Andy. And so we made sure that we always stayed on top of him, getting out of the blocks, making sure he's always the best of the best. His quick burst right out the gate, it just second to none. That's why he won the 100 meters in the States.
I remember he actually kicked me off the track team sophomore year for not running a race. But like I said, I think that just made me realize that if I want to be better than just good, then I'm gonna have to work really hard.
He went from being a little arrogant kid to one of the most humble kids, and once he got to know how talented he was, and that he could actually go somewhere with it, he actually started to listen and started focusing on his strengths and taking more advantage of his resources that he had around him.
I really thank Parker for everything he's done for me, and I think he's a big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing today. Freshman year of college, my first track meet, I pulled my hamstring, and it kind of sucked because it was my first ever race in college. I wanted to run track, and then I never really got to run track ever again, so that was definitely a challenge. That was the first time I had a major injury where I was out for 3 months, so it was hard being up in Massachusetts all by myself, but we got through it. I think it made me stronger in the end, and ended up having a good football career at UMass.
Catch, got a block out in front for Palmer. Gets the right sideline, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Isabella, touchdown, Minutemen.
Just his hard work and dedication to what he does. He was always the underdog, as you know. I mean, we've always heard that story throughout a lot of the things that are out there, and I think that put a challenge to him and put a fire in his gut to make him work harder and actually rise above people and all the doubt.
At UMass, I had my first coach was Spencer Whipple. He was my receivers coach, freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So I never really had a big brother to look up to, and he was almost like that big brother for me. If I ever had a problem, that I would go to him. I remember my junior year, I had a bad game, and he called me in his office, and I was bawling my eyes out, saying I don't know what's going on, and he was always there to help me, and always there to like encourage me to keep moving forward. And then this past year, I ended up having a new coach, Leonard Hankerson. He actually got to play in the NFL for 5 years, and just being around him was awesome. He taught me so much, and he pushed me to be great.
One deep down the middle, Isabella running, makes the catch, in stride of the 45, puts on his feet to the 30, to the 20, cuts far side, 10, 5, touchdown!
Like anybody who I know, he has the best, you know, he works the hardest. I don't know anybody, you know, like he works every single day, you know, he calls me up, and it sucks. For me, it sucks. Like whenever I have to come sometimes, it sucks. But for him, it just seems like he loves to do this on a day-to-day basis. And like if anybody deserved it, it would be him, you know, just for that fact.
So I got the opportunity to go down to Tampa to work with a guy named Yo Murphy that played in the NFL. He actually got to play with Randy Moss. When I got down to Tampa, it was more football training for the Senior Bowl. So Randy Moss would come 3 days a week, and he would kill us. we would be running so much, and but then after that we would have to go in the weight room. So I mean, we would get up at around 7 a.m. for breakfast. We would be on the field by 8:30. On the field till around 10:30, then we go eat lunch, then we have an hour off, then we're back for another workout, then we have like 30 minutes off, and then we have recovery after that, and then you're leaving at around 5 p.m. and you have a dinner waiting for you, and then you basically get home, put the meal in the oven, cook it, eat it, and then basically go to sleep and get back up and do it all over again.
Watching him in the backseat of my car sleep, and we going from Columbus to Bedford to all over the place just to see where, you know, just to get him noticed, and to go to UMass and watch him go from not even being noticed to being to one of the top receivers in the country, man. It was a heck of a ride.
As he throws, he lobs it deep down the field. Isabella runs under, makes the catch at the 20. Spins off a tackle. Isabella running to the near side 10. Comes back and into the end zone. What a play! It's a 75-yard touchdown. And it was Comas to Isabella off a flea flicker. Comas in the shotgun at the 45 of Jordan. First and 10 to take the snap. Low the arm, a deep high spiral. Isabella right side, runs under it. Makes the catch at the 3. Drags a man in. And it's another Andy Isabella touchdown. Get him the Bolitnikoff Award. Andy Isabella over 200 for the day. First and 10, pass to the near side, caught by Isabella, runs through a tackle, cuts to the middle. Isabella is in. Touchdown UMass.
To see a kid who never was really given a chance to now he's, you know, everyone in the country is noticing him, everybody in the National Football League is noticing him. It feels proud as a coach to know that it's, you know, if hard work does pays off.
He's loving the journey. He's loving the whole experience, which is the most important, that he's happy. And my wife and I, you know, the biggest things we ask him, are you happy? Are you happy with what you're doing? And that's all that matters.
For my future self, I think I would just laugh and be like, hey, I did it. You told yourself you were going to do it, and you went out there and you showed everyone that you can do it, and it's not about how big you are or like what people say about you, and it's about how hard you work and how bad you really want it.